All right, Clovis Kazadi reporting live from central Edinburgh. For more, we can speak to a transplanted Scot from London. Iain Anderson joins us, chair of the public policy consultancy Cicero AMO. Thank you for being with us here on France 24.
Good to be with you on this momentous day.
It is a momentous day for Scotland. Scotland it's Scotland's day to mourn the Queen. Well, 24 hours. It's going to obviously go into Tuesday, where she's lying in state there at St. Giles Cathedral. She had such a strong tie to Scotland. She spent so much of her time up there. The Queen, when you listen to our reporter Clovis Kazadi describe the people's emotions, do you have the sense that it's really the end of something between the monarchy and the Scots?
No, I don't. You're absolutely right to say that the Queen loved Scotland. I mean, watching yesterday as her cortege passed through Royal Deeside, the part of the country where I come from, and I'm there very often, you could see the love and affection in the northeast of Scotland. But as we've just heard, you could see the love and affection in Edinburgh, in Scotland's capital today as well. And there was beautiful remembrance service for Her Majesty. But what you can also see is a lot of affection for Prince Charles. People rather effortlessly now singing God Save the King across the United Kingdom. And Prince Charles has a huge amount of affection for Scotland himself. So, no, I mean, I think actually, the passing of the Queen and now the King, all we've seen so far is a real outpouring of love and to some extent solidarity across the UK.
All right, let me put the question to you differently. The future relationship between Scotland and the monarchy, will it depend more on what happens in the House of Commons? I ask the question because you have a new prime minister who is squarely sided with the pro-Brexit camp. The nationalists north of the border, they're pro-Remain. They want that second referendum. Depending on how Liz Truss handles Scotland will determine whether or not the Scots want a republic?
Well, look, this is all about politics. These questions are all about politics. And here in the UK, we have a constitutional monarchy that stays and rises above politics. In fact, Prince Charles in his, I beg your pardon, King Charles, as we must get used to saying, the King in his broadcast on Friday made very, very clear that he would be rising above politics in the traditional constitutional sense that the Queen and her forebearers have as well. So this is, the questions of Scottish independence are for the future. They're not here for today. They'll be driven by the politics and not by the monarchy. But the one thing I would say is that actually over the past 2 or 3 years, support for Scottish independence, or certainly support for holding a second referendum on Scottish independence, has been just gradually dipping in levels of support. Now, there are lots and lots of reasons for that: economic, social. In fact, we've all just been through a pandemic, which has had a cataclysmic effect on everybody's lives. So it's much, much more complicated.
Yeah, people don't want uncertainty and instability in already uncertain times. The significance of Charles sitting down with the First Minister, is that just protocol, or does it matter more than just that?
Oh, no, I mean, that absolutely is protocol. I mean, he'll be doing the same thing with the Northern Ireland Secretary and the Northern Ireland Assembly. I think it's tomorrow. He'll be doing the same thing with the First Minister in Wales when he travels to Wales later in the week. So, no, this is what you're seeing played out is very much protocol. But what we've just seen in Edinburgh and the scenes that we've just witnessed show the interlinking of the symbols of Scotland with actually the wider British monarchy. So something that we've actually never seen in most of our lives before, and for 70 years, how the union of the crowns 300 years ago and more kind of came together.
The union of the crowns in Scotland, they have a different view towards the monarchy. The sovereign has a relationship with the people, whereas in England, correct me if I'm wrong, it's loyalty to the crown. And Charles, he so far in his pronouncements, as you pointed out, seems to have navigated the subtle differences very well.
He is navigating this exceptionally well. And as you say, there's always been a somewhat more, shall we say, democratic link, the link with the people in Scotland. And I think he's already picked up on that. He's already clearly landing messages which resonate in Scotland. But actually, I think the uniqueness about this moment is he's landing messages which resonate across the entire UK. We heard him speak in Westminster Hall this morning, where Her Majesty will lie in state later this week. The modulation of this clearly has been thought about for a very, very long time, but so far, I think it is pitch perfect.
And one final question, Iain Anderson, is this period of mourning playing out the way you imagined it?
There's huge amounts of love and affection for Her Majesty, the Queen. Whether or not it's in Edinburgh today, on Royal Deeside and other parts of Scotland yesterday, and what we're likely to see when Her Majesty lies in state in Westminster Hall from the middle of this week, we are going to see millions of people pay their respects. And I'm not surprised by that. She is a remarkable woman that deserves that respect.
Iain Anderson of public policy consultant Cicero, thank you for speaking with us here on France 24.
Thank you.